Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Natasha and this is episode number 75, and first and foremost I need to say hello to all of my new subscribers and a massive great big hello to all of my followers and to all the people that have kept coming back and watching my videos, because I do very much appreciate it. I am sorry that I haven't been around and very present over the last couple of months, but I am endeavouring to get back into everything, and I'd lost my crojo, so I just didn't want to pick it up, whereas usually I would come home from work and I would quickly get everything I needed doing so that I could crochet, and I couldn't wait to pick up my crochet hooks. But this hasn't been the situation for me, and so I've done the odd video and I have tried to get back into it, and I've said that I am back and I'm regular and everything, but it just felt forced and I didn't want it to be forced. But over the last 2 weeks I have been really concentrating hard on trying to get my crojo back. Especially over the last week, I speak to the lovely Sally over at Nanny Moves Crochet pretty much daily on WhatsApp video call, and she's helped me get my crojo back and my inspiration to want to carry on. I have she said to pick something completely different, don't touch anything that I was already working on, pick something small and just try and get back into it as much as possible. So Sally, I thank you so much for helping me get my crojo back, and whereas it's not there fully properly at the moment because I do have lots of things going on, it is coming back, and I have managed to get quite a bit to be able to show you today, whether it be in part or whether it be finished things. I do have a few things that I have been completing behind the scenes that I haven't managed to show you, so I've got that to show you as well today, so that will go towards the length of this video, because I was a bit worried that if I didn't have anything to show, I didn't see how I was going to make a video out of it. But Sally has again encouraged me to do a video ready for this week, and then hopefully it will encourage me to get back into the throw of it. And I must be honest, I think it's the 3D squares that were putting me off a little bit, because that is what I need to make sure that I have done for my videos, whereas before I wasn't that worried. But it's the time scale of things and not being able to get things done for the timing of the videos that I have been really worried about. And for my Wednesday series, What's Next Wednesday, I haven't really done very much of that either, so I'm not sure whether I'll be doing that as regular at the moment, because I do have my course. For those of you that have followed me for a long time, I am doing an early years educator apprenticeship, which is within my work, and that is coming to an end hopefully by the summer holiday, so I have got to dedicate my time to that as well. So I'm not really sure what the next few months are going to look like, but I do thank you for your support, and I do thank you for everyone that has been sending me messages, making sure I'm okay and everything, because that was truly lovely of you. And I will be back now and then, and I will try and be as regular as I can, and that's all I can say at this present moment. But anyway, thank you very much indeed. So how have you all been? Have you managed to get some crafty time in? And I hope you have been able to relax and do everything that you want, even if it's not crafty. do start sending me emails again, because I noticed that had stopped. I'm not worried at all. Even if I wasn't making videos, I still welcome for you to show me what you've been working on, because I have absolutely loved it. And I do love to know that there are like-minded people out there that do support me, that are still carrying on. So that would be really lovely if you want to start that up again. My email address is nat.stitches15@outlook.com, and of course, like I say, I will put it down in the description box below. That is one of the things that I do actually forget to do, so I must keep remembering that is what I need to do. But anyway, you heard it here first, so if you do need to rewind the video just about where the email is, then that's fine. So where shall I start? I think actually, first and foremost, I will show you my Wind in the Willows yarn, because I have got number 6 and number 7 ready to show you. I have ordered number 8 and 9, and they will be in the post in the next couple of months, or a good sort of 5 weeks-ish maybe. I'm not quite sure. Anyway, so yes, number 6 and number 7. Now, I buy 2 at a time now, because it saves me postage, because it's £5 something each for the postage. So rather than just buy 1 at a time, which I could very well do, and it might well be a bit cheaper, rather than spending X amount really out at once, but it does save me postage on one, because when they come together. So this isn't as regular, obviously. I can't show you until it comes, but whilst I have been away, my shipment came, and so I will show you now. And each month we have a chapter 6, a chapter card with a little brief chapter of what the story is about, and then we have a patch to go with it. And then they send a tea bag, which for this one it was a detox lemon and ginger with burdock root and fennel tea bag. So that would, that's a nice little touch. And then there's a little lavender pouch, which I tend to keep in amongst my yarn, just to keep it smelling a little bit fresh. For those of you that don't really like it, I suppose it'll be a bit pongy, but I don't mind it, and it's not in your face strong, so I don't actually mind it, so that's fine. But so chapter 6, we have a little car stitch marker. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see that properly. Let me block my face out and see if it will focus. I'm not sure if it's going to focus or not. There we are. It's a little bit out of focus, but that will do. There's a little car. And chapter 6 is Mr. Toad. Very well then, said Badger firmly, rising to his feet. Since you won't yield to persuasion, we'll try what force can do. I feared it would come to this all along. You've often asked us three to come and stay with you, Toad, in the handsome house of yours. Well, now that we're going to, when we've converted you to a proper point of view, we may quit, but not before. Take him upstairs, you two, and lock him up in his bedroom, whilst we arrange matters between ourselves. It's for your own good, Toady, you know, said Rat kindly, as Toad kicking and struggling, was hauled up the stairs by his 2 faithful friends. Think what fun we shall have all together, just as we used to. When when you've quite got over this painful attack of yours. Probably doesn't make a lot of sense because of the amount of time that goes with it, but or goes, you know, in between. But I do like the extracts of the story because it does give you a little bit of background. Now, the little mini to this is a lime greeny colour, and the yarn itself, like I say, the little pouch has got a toad on it because the chapter is about Mr. Toad, and the yarn is by Attic Spin Dye. For those of you that don't know, it is a subscription service that they're doing at the moment, and the topic is The Wind in the Willows, if you hadn't guessed. And it says The Wind in the Willows, Chapter 6, Mr. Toad, DK Superwash Merino and Nylon, 75/25 for 100 gram ball, and it's 225 meters in approximate. So there is the lovely colours, and it's all about the colours of the chapter. And as you can see by the drawing, you've got the blues and the greens and the browns, a bit of yellow and some orange, and the white. Oh, sorry, the light's going in and out a bit, and the black and white from other bits and pieces, and it's just in flecks and things. But I really do love the colour, and it's nice to have a big arrangement like it. So that is number 6. I undone it and prepared it all so that it wasn't too much crackling. And I shall put that one down there to put that away with the rest. And then we'll have chapter 7. Now, on this one, the patch has got lots of different colours, and it's like purples and blues, little bits of green. Again, there's Molly's jacket, and they're striving to walk through the snow, what looks like the snow. And then we've got a little pouch, again lavender pouch with a picture on it, and it says that chapter 7 is the piper at the gates of dawn. I think I was only remarking, said Rat slowly, that this was the right sort of place, and that here, if anywhere, we should find him. And look, why there he is, the little fellow. And with a cry of delight he ran towards the slumbering Portly. But Mole stood still for a moment, held in thought, as one wakened suddenly from a beautiful dream, who struggles to recall it, and can recapture nothing but a dim sense of the beauty of it, the beauty till that too fades away in its turn, and the dreamer bitterly accepts the hard, cold waking and all its penalties. So Mole, after struggling with his memory for a brief space, shook his head sadly and followed Rat. Now, the stitch marker on this one is of a little, I want to say that it is the rat, but I'm not quite sure. My camera doesn't want to focus on it, does it? It's very, very, I don't know, I don't know how to show you without it being in focus. Maybe that's the best we're going to get. Anyway, so this is the mini that accompanies it, which I'm assuming is the jacket, or colours from the jacket, and a bit from the sky maybe. And then we've got, again, 75/25 merino and nylon, 225 meters, chapter 7, the piper at the gates of dawn. Now I love these bits, and I am a sucker for some autumn colours in yarn, and I really love the browns and the yellows, the greens, and I love the fact that there's bits of blue and even little tiny specks of pink and pinkiness and all sorts. So I really love it. And again, this is Attic Spin Dye for those of you that are following along. I don't know whether you actually are getting it yourselves or not, and you don't have to collect them all either, but I thought it would be nice to collect the set, and then I don't know what I'm going to make from it. But I just thought I would show you that, because I've shown you the rest of them, so I thought that would be really nice to show you. And my next thing that I've been making, I've been keeping up with the birthstone cal from over on Litsa's channel. Every month she tells us what the gemstone is for the for each month of birthstone, and we've been making it, and this one was the third one. I'm not sure which one. January, February. I'm sure this was March's. Yes, probably March. And this one's March, which I used duck egg, and it was for amethyst. I just need to put the thing on. Now, I'm not sure whether I showed you this on the last video or not, because I haven't took it back and watched it back and checked. But I thought, and as soon as I could lay my hands on them, I would show you to just refresh it really. I have to put the brown border on, but that is one thing that I did manage to complete. And then for April I managed to do, it was diamond, and of course there are lots and lots of variants of diamond, and I chose pink diamond because I had this lovely yarn that I wanted to have a purpose for, and I really do love it. And I have the ball band for this. Like I say, the other one was duck egg from special Starcraft Special DK, and this one was a Signet DK in the colourway Heather, and it was shade 150, but I'd had this for years and years, and I bought it because I really liked it but never had a purpose for it, and I'm really pleased that I've actually got a purpose for it. And it does use quite a bit of the ball, so it was nice to still have a little bit left to contribute to something else, and also to go towards what I wanted it for in the first place. So that was really good as well. Now the one for May I am a little bit in, which is Emerald, and I've started it but not completed it, only to realise that I have used the wrong or I think I have anyway, because I can't remember, I haven't picked it up for a while, but with it stuck inside it was a 2.75 needle, and I needed a 3.75 because that's what I've done the rest in. So I think I might have to take it back, but I thought I would leave it and show you it so that you could see it worked up, and then by the time I do the next video you should see the whole thing, because I will then redo it and make sure that it is all present and correct again, and then you'll see that it will go together with the rest of them. So that is the birthstone cowl that I am doing with Litsa over at Coco's Crochet. So that's that one. Now what else? Thankfully I've got it written down. Now I will show you the baby blankets that I've been making. Now, from the last episode, which was number 74, I had just started this pretty much, and I had gotten the bottom row and just the three of these done, so that you could see the pattern forming. And since then I have managed to do the full row on the second row and then made a start on the third row, so you can actually see what it's actually going to look like. And I used Hobbycraft yarn for the cream, Women's Institute one, that is my favourite one from Hobbycraft, for the lilac and for the cream. And then for the centre bit, this was a Stylecraft Special DK in the colour Viola, and I did use that for the Birthstones Cowl for February, and because I still had some, I thought I would use it in the blanket just to pick up the accents of all of the colour, because I do like the fact that it's got flecks of this colour as well, so it goes really nicely. And then I'll just put a border around the edge when I finished. But I didn't even want to pick this up, and like I just don't know what was wrong with me, because of the fact it was just little like 4x4 squares, and it doesn't take a few minutes just to do it, you know. But I think I found it daunting, maybe because of the fact that you've got to keep changing colour and the ends. I don't know, things like that wouldn't normally bother me. I just think that I got a little bit low and just not in the mood for anything, which crochet was normally my go-to thing that I do find sanctuary in, but I just couldn't do it, and it's just one of those things, I suppose. But anyway, we're onwards and upwards, aren't we? So there is this one, and I did start that for the first little baby girl that from the baby blankets that I have to make, and so I am plodding on with it. I know the baby was due sometime this month, but I will just give it when the baby's here, and with it being summer now, there's no great rush, so I can give it at any time, but I'm just gonna not pressure myself and just do it as I can. So that is the first baby blanket that I made, or that I'm making, that I showed you from last time, and that was my progress. And then we have got let me just put those down there because I forgot to do it. And then I thought I would show you something that I have made, because Sally, hi Sally, said do something small, and I'd actually bought this pattern from the Hobie website with my 3 patterns a month with my subscription, and she said just do something small, something you really might enjoy doing, which I was daunted by the sleeves, as you already know, and for those of you that follow me, you will know this all the time, because you know I love making jumpers and things, but it's just the sleeves. Anyway, I managed to conquer the sleeves, and that was all fine, but here it is, and this is what got me back into my little crochet journey, and isn't it so cute and so adorable? I really, really love it, and this is the newborn size. There is a preemie size, and I'll talk about that in a minute, because I've got those patterns to show you anyway, and I'll show you that. But I think it goes right up from preemie size to a size 10, age 10. And so I was going to see if I could make one of these for my granddaughters as well, and I can still manage so that then they can do matchy for when my little granddaughter that is yet to be born is here, and she's going to come sometime in July. So anyway, this one I made just to get myself into it, and I thought it would go nicely with that blanket that I just showed you, to be able to go alongside it. And I just used buttons. I've still got one button to go, but I came and collected 3 from up here on my button box, and I dropped one on the floor, and it's actually here. So I will be putting that on eventually to go there. But other than that, I succeeded, and I didn't do too badly with the sleeves either, and it wasn't too bad. I don't like the fact that there's always a gap underneath, and there didn't seem to be such a big one this time, so I am very, very happy with that. And it's just literally start from the top and work your way down, single crochet and then shells. Other than that, I can't really say much about it, apart from what is obviously visual, because it is a paid for pattern. But this is the thing that has actually got me motivated to start again, so I'm very pleased about that as well. And I started off with a 100-gram ball. This is Hobbycraft's light purple, I want to say. Hold on, I do have a ball of it here. In the colourway, oh no, dark lilac. This is the colour from Hobbycraft. So I started off with a whole ball like this, and I've ended up with one with a ball that's still kind of pretty much half. I haven't weighed it, but it's pretty much still half there. So I will, as the sizes obviously get bigger and bigger, you'll use more, but I was quite happy to just use something different, and so that is what I have done. Okay, so then the thing that spurred me on was another thing was when I was talking to Sally, was to use yarn that I hadn't used, something totally different, not from my basket of stuff without any labels on, but just picking something from here that I hadn't used for a long time or never used before. And I've used this sort of yarn in well, let me just get the ball. I've used this type of yarn in the different colourway, but I hadn't used it, and I did buy this because I really, really love all of these colours together. I love the really light brown, I love the cream, and the pale beige with the pink, and I really, really love it. And so I had 3 balls of it, and so I thought, I don't want to see it up there anymore, I want to find a use for it, and so I thought I would make a baby blanket. And I'm literally using the baby blanket stitch, which is the one that I always use, and the one that I used, for those of you that have followed me yet again, all the way through. I've used this stitch on the what I called the Yasmin blanket, because I made a blanket for her because she wanted one that was really weighty, and I love the fact that there's hardly any gaps. And although I'm not really sure about the fact that when it works up, it kind of does this sporadic cream little bit here, or just on the edge there. As you can see, there's a bit there, it's like a bit random. I'm actually enjoying the way it's working up, and I quite like getting to the row when it changes colour. That really does excite me. So I am really pleased that I've managed to get over whatever it was I was suffering with, and been able to move along with it. But this is James C. Brett Aurora in double knit, and the colour is AU08, and I bought it when I also bought the yellow, blue and green which I did use a little bit of. Now let me just stand up again, sorry about this. Oh, I've got things falling down, sorry. I used a little bit of it to make Mr. McToothy, and was it Mr. McToothy? Am I telling you the wrong one? Something oh cheeky, isn't it? Because he's got his tongue out. Anyway, in that colourway was the same make, and I really enjoyed using the yarn, and so I thought I would make it. And because of it being for a little girl, I thought it would be lovely to make a blanket with this. And I know that when all the balls have run out, I can stop, because it's just plain and just carry on going, which I really liked. So that is my reason for doing that. And I also used for the, I didn't tell you that, did I? For the baby blanket, no, for the baby cardigan, I used a 4.5mm hook, because that's what it said. And I have been using a 4.5 for that too, because I thought I would just carry on as I meant to go, and then if it fits all under the same one, then I don't need to worry about it, and I won't forget. So that is what I have been doing with that one, so that's fine. I'll put that one down there as well. And then my other one, I decided that I was going to change tactic and do a boy one, because altogether I have got 3 girl ones and 2 boy ones to make. But I have also now been told of someone else that's having a boy, so I have got 3 blankets of each. So that is 1, 2 girl ones I've started, and I've started 1 boy one, which is this lovely pattern. And it would have been a paid for pattern, but I got I paid for one particular thing, and it came with 100 extra patterns of all different things, amigurumi and blankets, and this was in it. But there is a link that I can put in for it on Etsy, I do believe, I'm not sure. Anyway, this is Love You to the Moon and Back in filet crochet, and I've been thoroughly enjoying it. Surprise, surprise. Anyway, I have been using, I've got 3 balls of this super soft baby mariners, and so I am in the midst of doing this now. I have had to, last night I had to take back 3 rows to find a mistake, and I have found it now, and that was all fine, but I don't know whereabouts it was. It just sort of was okay, so I don't know. I do have a thing where I do overthink things, and when I couldn't get the correct amount by the time I got to the end on this particular row, it was doing my head in, and so I took back, oh excuse me, I took back each row to try and find out where it was. Anyway, what I'd done was I hadn't put a stitch in the gap, because I didn't see the gap, because it was just a bit closer together than the other ones, even though like it was still, you know, a chain space, I don't know, but I found it in the end, and that's all that mattered. And I have got up to the word back. So as you can see, I've got some little stars and some dots and things, and there's a big star there and the word back, and this bit here is the start of another star. So if you look at the pattern, there is written pattern and also a graph, but I can't see the graph because it's way too small, and so I've been bringing it up on the computer and really stretching it out so that I can count the gaps as well as do the written instruction, because if I just take this one out, because I put it on the front, as you can see I'm just marking it off on there, but I am just about, I've done this one and I've used the word back, and then I am just sort of up to here on the blanket, so then the next word will be and then I should be on the thing. But it's so addictive to do, because you go along, you sort of kind of go, oh, you know, you double crochet 3 and then you leave a gap, and then there's 7, leave a gap, la la la, and then you get to the middle bit where you've got to do 72 or 74, so you just merrily kind of go along, and then have a few more gaps, and it's just so addictive and I really love it. So I have been doing that a lot lately, and I wanted to make sure that I had something visual for you to see, because when you're doing filet crochet, unless it's obvious, you can't really see, can you? So it was nice to be able to show you that I have actually got a word there now, and so I was going to do that before I managed to do my video, so I am really pleased about that. And again, I'm using a 4.5mm hook so that it's nice and drapey, and I've almost finished my first ball. I am pretty much over halfway now on this one, because they're not very big, even though I suppose 100 grams is 100 grams, isn't it? But yeah, so the meters on this, because this is discontinued now because they've stopped making it, it's 300 meters, so I feel quite good about that. And it does recommend between a 325 and a 4mm hook, and you can tumble dry it, and you can also machine wash it at 40. So yeah, I'm loving doing that, and I like the fact that it is really nice and drapey, and I'm really impressed by that. So that is the baby blankets that I've had to show you. At least I've got 3 of the 6 on the go, and that is the main thing. I don't want to flood myself with it, but my thinking was, unless I start them, I probably won't, and so at least I've got some works in progress that I can just pick up and put down when I feel like it. So I'm already 37 minutes in, and I haven't showed you my patterns yet. Anyway, does it matter? No, not this time, because I haven't been on for a long time, so I suppose that's what I can use as my excuse. But before I show you those, I want to show you my new glasses. Now, my eyesight for my distance has got worse. Now, I can't see you very well. It's all blurry with these on because of the fact they're not for close up. But I still want to show you, because I've gone a bit bold and a bit daring, because as much as I wear these, which are purple too, they're usually just for my schoolwork when I'm on the computer and different things. I don't usually use them for reading stories, because when you're in nursery, the storybooks are quite big, bold writing, so I don't need to, you know, I don't struggle. But I just thought I had to come on and show you my lovely glasses. I'm very pleased about them, and I love the fact that they've got colours along here and a little bit of design, and they're not just bog standard plain. So yeah, and these are reactor lights as well, which I'm really pleased about. Yeah, I can see you now. But I just thought I'd go for something different, and so I thought I'd show you them because I only got them last week. So, hobby. As you know, I signed up to Hobby for $6.99 a month, and I get three patterns that I can choose from the Hobby Plus range, which are the paid for patterns, and I can have any of them at any cost. It doesn't matter how much they are. So it makes it a good deal for £6.99 in my view, because a lot of them are over £4 anyway each, so that makes it really good. And so I've got last month's to show you because I hadn't managed to show you yet, and I've also got this month's one because on the 1st of every month that's when my new patterns renew, so I can then choose some more. And last month I chose the Collider Bobble baby blanket. Now I'm not sure whether I showed you these or not, so if I have, I'm sorry that I'm repeating myself, but it's just a matter of getting back into it and where I showed you, you know, and what you saw from last time. Now this will work when I've got different colour yarns, but the different colours, you know, I'm yet to choose. But this is one that I did think about doing for one of the baby blankets because I love the fact that it's got bobbles and a little bit of straightness, and I quite like it. I just don't like this personal colourway, and it's very difficult for me to unsee that colourway in the pattern, and so that is why I am struggling a bit by wondering whether I am going to choose that or not, but I do actually love it. Now this one was £6 on its own, so when I managed to choose my colourway, I was thinking about doing one that was a multicoloured ball, but then I don't want it to each colour to finish too quickly and then be like half and half, if you know what I mean, because I'm not sure whether or not I would like the effect, because I do struggle with like the white bits, like I said in that other one where the colour change kind of goes and then there's a fleck of colour that shouldn't even be there. So I'm not really sure whether I want to do that or not. Also, I think it might give the effect of a Catherine wheel with the way it goes round and round like that, but I'm not sure. But this is the one that I chose anyway because of the fact I wanted to make, or I knew I had to make a baby blanket. And so the design is from Cat Crochet at Hobie Design, and they are saying to use 2 skeins of the Sunbird. Now the Hobie yarn, if you don't know about the Hobie yarn, they do lots and lots of different yarns, and I do quite like the Sunbird. So maybe I'll go on and see if they've got a different colourway, because I do get a discount with my subscription. I do get a discount for Hobie, so I might well do that. If not, I will just see if I can find some balls maybe from my basket that haven't got any ball bands, and then kind of just change colour at the intervals. I'm not really sure, like I say. But so that's what they're suggesting to use, and they also say to use a 4.5mm hook, which is what I'm using for my baby blankets anyway, so that'll be really good. And the measurements are 29.5 inches wide by 29.5 inches in length. The pattern information says that that they've designed the lovely bobble blanket, and that reminds them of a kaleidoscope, hence the name, the Collider Bobble. The beautiful blanket uses simple stitches and bobble stitches to create this beautiful effect. There are hashtags for social media. There is a link to the yarn also, and then you've got the abbreviations. You've got the support website if you actually need it, to email them if you do, and then the stitches that you need to know about is just the bobble, and it goes right into the pattern. So I thought that that would be a really lovely addition to my collection, and so that was my reasoning for choosing that one. The second one that I chose was actually a hoodie. Get me choosing a hoodie. And so I am determined to get over my sleeve phobia, and this is one that I have used. I just need to get to the end of the pattern so that I can show you, pick it up and show you, because I've got them all in the same one. Right. Now this one, I can't remember how much this one was. Maybe £5, £4.50, £5, something like that. So I've already gone over my £6.50. And this is the Granny Splash hoodie. I'm not sure on the colours. Maybe I would do like an autumny colour rather than the bright kind of rainbow colours. You can also do it without the pockets if you don't want to have the pockets, but I quite like the fact that it is a lovely warm hoodie. I do need to be kept warm in the winter months because I do feel the cold even in spring. And so I thought I would give it a go and try and get over my sleeve phobia. And I do like the granny stitch, and I also think it would work up quite quickly. And so that's the reason for choosing this one. And the designer is Baby Blanket Designs. Baby Blanket Designs. I don't know where that came from because it says designer. Baby Crochet Designs by Hobie Design. Down there. And this one starts from the top down, and also it goes right up to a 2XL, and the chest goes from extra small at 34 inches right up to 54 inches for 2XL. And then you do the yoke, divide for the arms, such and so forth. So it should be quite straightforward. They're using Amigo XL, which is an Aran weight yarn, which I do have quite a bit of Aran down here along the sides. That's where all my Aran yarn is, so I would be okay for that. And they're saying to use a 5mm hook, and I'll also need 25 to 30mm buttons. And then they just list all of the colours because all the colours down the sleeves are individual. It says the pattern information that this lady's hoodie is made from the neck down and joined to make the sleeves and the hood. It is made using the simple half double crochet stitch for the yoke and the body, yoke and body, and the granny stitch for the sleeves and the hood. It is quick and easy to work up and can be made in one or many colours. It could also be made without the hood and has optional pockets. It could also be made with the granny spike stitch so that it is less holey and more cosy. Well, I always use my little pink. You've probably seen me wearing it because I don't have very many clothes, so I'm always wearing the same old thing. But I use my pale pink thing that's just very thin and gives my arms, because I don't like to have my arms out very often. And so I'm not worried about the granny stitch on this because I can always wear that underneath. So that was my reasoning for choosing this one. And then I bought this for £3.50. So again, I've already gone well over and above my subscription cost in patterns, which I'm really pleased with. And again, I had this one in mind for a baby blanket, and especially with a boy in mind because I have several to make. The only thing that has put me off with this is the fact that I have to keep changing colours. Now, I do need to get over myself, and I do need you all to tell me to get over myself and just do it, because if I can make something as complex as an otter, then surely I can do the colour change on the blanket, for goodness sake. But I really, really love the train, and I think it's very cute. So this one is on my list to do for a boy, and I think it would be lovely. So maybe I wouldn't do it in a lot of different colours. Maybe, I don't know. I can't do it all in one, can I? Because the train wouldn't get seen very well. But yeah, I just need to get over myself, don't I? And just get on with it. But this one is by designer Lisa Hooper at Cute Crochet Makes. And the let me just get to the information. The materials are daily stitch acrylic, and it says to use 3 skeins of the white, 1 skein of the blue, and 1 of the light grey. Again, don't know what I'm going to use, but the crochet hook needed is a 4mm hook, and the stitches are just the bobble stitch and working on the right side and the wrong side, and the width of it is 28 inches and the length of it's 28 inches, and it says the information is that this beautiful bobble train blanket is sure to be a treasured keepsake, a simple yet effective design made from only 2 stitches, single crochet and the bobble stitch. So I think it would take quite a while to work up with it being in single crochet, but for the little boy that's due for blanket number 6 isn't until October, so I could very well start it when I've done the others and have it as an ongoing project for a while to do through September or something like that. So that is the reason that I've done that, and that's the reason why I chose that. So that was last month's patterns. Now this month I have chosen the shell children's cardigan, which you've already seen that I've actually made, so go me. I've actually made something from the blankets that from the patterns that I've actually bought, rather than just putting them in the cupboard hoping that I'll get round to it one day. So that's really, really cool. And I couldn't resist it. And I know there's free ones out there because I have made something similar before now. But I really like the fact, I like the way that Hobie write their patterns, and I like the fact that they are really easy, colourful, and lots of pictures along the way and different things like that. And the designer is Baby Crochet Designs by Hobie, and what can I say really, it goes right up to age 10, which I already said earlier when I showed you it. And it goes preemie, newborn, 3 to 6, 6 to 12, 1 and 2 years, 3 and 4 years, 5 and 6, 7 and 9, and 9 and 10. The measurements go right up to 30 inches, and the length goes right down to 21 inches. The pattern information is that the cardigan comes in 10 sizes from preemie to 10 years old, and is worked in one piece starting from the top and working down, and then joining to make the sleeves and the edging. The pattern comes with each individual size written separately, and the pattern also contains helpful photos, making it suitable for the advanced beginners. Each size will be 2.5 to 5 centimeters or 1 to 2 inches. Positive ease around the chest. Now I don't know a lot about positive ease. I do hear about it all the time, but I just don't understand a lot about it. It says to use 3 to 5 buttons, 15 to 20 mils. They're using Arcadia and a 4.5mm hook, which I explained already because I'm doing it all in 4.5. And what can I say, I just love it. Arcadia is a 3-weight yarn, so it's about a DK, which is what I used. So that is that for my first one, and this one was actually £5 for that one. So I'm almost there for my monthly subscription. This one here I chose because with a boy in mind, and I have got let me just get to the end of the pattern so I can hold it. With a boy in mind, because obviously I've got boys to make for, and seeing as I am going to master my sleeve phobia, this is the Grandpa Children's cardigan, and It is designed by Baby Crochet Designs, and it goes right up to 10 years old again, same as the other one. And the pattern information is that this cute shawl collar cardigan is made from the top down using simple half double crochet stitch, and then joining to make the edges and the sleeves in a single crochet rib. It is quick and easy to work up. Each size is written separately with the edging and cuffs all for all sizes, and they're using Kind Feather, which is a 3-weight yarn again, which is a DK, and of course using a 3.5mm hook and a 4 for this one. And then obviously the bigger the cardigan, then the more yarn you will use. But I like the fact that it shows it also in 2 different colours, so you can get an aspect of what it would be like in a different colour. But I love the collar, and I do think it looks very very lovely for a little boy, especially with a pair of chinos or something on. I think that would look really, really nice. And so this one here I bought, and this one was £5 or £6, I can't remember, but yeah, so I've already mastered my I've already done the subscription, haven't I, cost, so I've already got them back, and that's what I really, really like. And this one I bought again with a little girl in mind, for the baby a baby blanket. I don't know whether I'm going to do it for this time or not. It depends what time I've got. But this is a blanket that have got lots of different squares and lots of different things on the squares. Like there's a filet crochet heart, and then there's like a granny square one with the hearts in it, which I'd have to look at the pattern for it, but there's a bobble stitch one, and different things. And I really just thought it would be something different. Not crazy about the colourway, and again it is difficult for me to unsee it, but I'm not worried about that at this stage. And there is 29 pages of this, but that is because every single pattern is explained properly, and it's got charts and graphs and photographs and different things to be able to follow. And you do 4 of each of the designs, as you can see there. I just love it. I loved it, and that's what I thought I would do, and it was just really nice to be able to do something a little bit different, and then have a blanket at the end of it. And this one was £6 to buy as well, and it's called the Bursting with Love blanket by Lisa Hooper again, from Cute Crochet Makes. And the information for it is: my Bursting with Love blanket features 7 unique heart themed squares, each created using different crochet techniques. These include filet crochet, corner to corner, granny squares, bobble stitches, puff stitches, appliques, front post stitches, offering a variety of textures and styles. This combination of techniques keeps the project varied and engaging. The squares are joined together using flat braid continuous join, adding a smooth, cohesive look to the blanket. It is finished off with a charming small heart themed border, making it a perfect intermediate level project for those who want the fun and textured crochet experience. And there is a picture of all the squares piled up ready. And so yeah, that was my reason for getting that one as well. So So I've done very well and I'm very happy with my purchases. And so I can just put that up onto there. Now, whilst we're on about patterns, I have got 2 free ones that I just want to share with you, because I know a lot of you love my free Pattern Friday videos, but I'm not going out of my way to find free ones. I just was looking for something the other day and it was free, so I thought I would show you what I'd chosen. And then whilst I was looking for patterns, I found another one from Hobie, which was a new one, which I also thought might be a good thing to go with the baby things that I'm doing as a present. So I wanted to share that with you as well. I know that we're into an hour now of you talking to me, or me talking to you and you having to listen. So do stop the video and get yourself a drink. Should have said that at the beginning, shouldn't I? But I didn't realise it was going to be an hour already. But this one is a crochet pattern, Retro and Bunny Love, and it's a rattle and a lovey. I wasn't crazy on the rattle because I'm not led to them. You know, if I was going out my way to find something for a baby, I wouldn't necessarily go for a rattle. But I do love the lovey, and so I decided that I was going to print this one off, and it is free. And it is the designer is One Crafty Magpie by Hobie, and I love the little bunny. I love the fact that it's sleeping, and I like the colours, and of course you can change the colours to the whatever blanket that you're making, which was really good. And they're saying to use a 2.5mm hook, and they're using rainbow cotton for this, but again, I'm quite happy to use DK, and so that's how I did it. If you're making the rattle, then you need to have a wooden ring of 55mm, and the pattern information is that the crochet pattern guides you through creating an adorable bunny lovey and matching rattle. With floppy ears and little flowers on their heads, these bunnies are designed in soft pastel colours, giving them a sweet retro charm. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced crocheter, this easy-to-follow pattern will help you create these precious handmade toys that are perfect for little hands to cuddle and play with. Create a timeless gift that is sure to be loved. Make sure to attach everything really carefully if you're making it for babies. But I really love it, and there's a picture of it there. And again, it gives you step-by-step photos to make sure you're doing it right and everything. And so that was one that I wanted to share with you, and that is free. And then the other one is a phone cover. Now I want something just to put my phone in, and so that's not going to be heavy around my neck, because I do have a bag, but I hate carrying it because it hurts my shoulder. And I don't like crossover body ones unless I've got not very much to carry. But this I thought was very sweet, and I just need somewhere to put my phone rather than just holding it. If I'm nipping out into the car, it'd be very good just have it on me. And this is a phone cover with a little dragonfly on it, and the designer, I'm not sure if it's going to tell me. I suppose it might. Not really, no. They're using sugar and cream yarn, which is a cotton, 100% cotton, and a 3.75mm hook. I think I would use Yarn Art Jeans for this, personally. But it says that the phone cover is constructed from the top down, and the chain is made at the beginning of the round. The chain made at the beginning of the round does not count as a stitch. The needle nose pliers will be used to open and close up the loop of the chain for the strap in order to attach it. Well, I mean, you just need to crochet a chain really, and or something a bit thicker, like a single crochet or something like that around. That would be quite good, I think. And to measure devices, 3.5 inches wide by 6.5 inches tall, and then it goes straight into the instructions. But I really thought that would be a lovely little addition. I've just got the Made with Love buttons that I could put on the front of it. I like the fact that it's just a little loop to hold it in. But again, I wanted to show you it, and if I get round to it, then I will definitely be showing you that one. So that is the end of my patterns. Now the only thing left is to draw the 3D squares. Now the last time I drew them out, I made them. This one here I started, but it just was going all wrong. I don't know if it's another contributor to the fact that I just couldn't be bothered with them. I'm not sure, but it's all wrong, and I couldn't complete it because of the fact it was wrong. But I thought I would save it and show you how far I got. But this was the mandala square, and the other one that I chose to do was the cherry pie, cherry lattice pie or something like that. Let me show you quickly. This one here. So I've got just literally around the edge to do, but it was wrong. I couldn't attach the rest of it, and so I just kind of gave up, really. I just thought, no, I'm not doing it. And then it was the cherry pie. Now I think, yes, the lattice top pie. I did the circle bit, which I haven't brought upstairs with me, but I did the circle bit, which was the coloured, and I just didn't do anything else. But I thought I'll just draw a line and then draw some more and start from there. So it is now time to carry on with my own cal, the Hooks and Stitches 3D cal. I have not opened this jar for such a long time, have I? So let us draw one and see. I know Sally was chomping at the bit to be able to do this, you know, start the squares again. And we have got quite a complex one this time to start off with, which is a bit of a downer for me, but we'll get there. And that is the Easter eggs, and that is page 117. So come on. Page 117, and that is the Easter eggs. And then let's draw another one. Oh, I've got 2 or 3 now. And then we've got the cupcake on page 19. Cupcake. The cupcake on page 19. I know there was a birthday cake, wasn't there? Is that pretty much the same? I'm not sure whether... Just want to make sure. I think we've already done it. Oh yes, there, birthday cake. Yeah, that's what it was called. That was the birthday cake. And now this time we've got the cupcake. So, onward and upward. I hope to get that done, ready for next week's video. And and then hopefully, because we've only got a few left, the cowl will be finished soon. I'm not going to lie, it hasn't been the easiest cowl, and I am sorry for all of you that have struggled with it, but it's taught us so much as well at the end of it, that you kind of learn new things and everything. So I am quite grateful for doing it, and for being able to keep going, even if we have had several breaks along the way. So I'm going to go. I haven't done any donuts, so I can't show you any donuts, and I do know that I'm just not sure whether I'm going to carry on with them or not. I'm going to give it a go, but I don't know. There isn't very many of those left either yet, so I haven't done any as yet, but I'm not going to worry myself about whether I've completed it or not. It just means that there are some in the book that I haven't done, and that's how I'm going to leave it. But thank you for listening. I'm sorry it's been a long one, and I'm glad that I've been company for you for a long one, for those of you, especially Chris. Hi Chris, who loves to listen to me and to and gives her company as well. And Chris, I am so pleased about your good news. I watched your video and I am over the moon. I'm really happy, and all the prayers obviously paid off, so I'm really pleased. And I love that Nature's Walk blanket of yours as well. You've completed it so quickly. I am just plodding on with mine, and I haven't done anything more to it since the last time I showed you, but there's nothing to say that I'm not going to pick it up. I will get there. Take care everyone, and I will see you very soon. Bye.